When people buy alcohol, when they come to these off licenses, some of those people are from broken homes. Some of those people are drinking to such an extent that they may be abusing their own children. Some of them may be wife beaters. Some of them may do other acts of oppression due to alcohol. Additional to that, the same with drugs. What happens is that the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will come down upon those who are selling those drugs. Do not ever think that because we are Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect us from His wrath if we continue doing certain sins. Sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish Muslims and will not punish the disbelievers. Sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remember the belief of Ahl Sunnah is that dua is always accepted. But what this means is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes accepts our dua but makes the dua something which is better for us, but does not accept that specific thing we may ask for. So a person may do dua, oh Allah, give me this. He doesn't get that particular thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will change the dua. But a non-Muslim who is madhloom, who is oppressed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer the dua of the oppressed even if he is a non-Muslim. This happened in the past. So many people think that they believe that disbelievers, they treat the disbelievers as disbelievers, which is fine, but they treat them as non-human. The Quran does not tell us to treat them as non-human, no. In fact, the Quran states, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We have ennobled the son of Adam alayhi salam. So many Muslims now, they have no mercy in their hearts, that because of eating haram, they have no mercy left in their hearts. Someone was telling me about a Muslim from Derby who offered a homeless person some food, went and bought the food, and then when he bought him the food, he threw the food into the face of the homeless person. That homeless person was a non-Muslim. The person who threw the food into his face was ostensibly a Muslim, and he made a video of this. People do this for fame. He disgraced that human being for that reason. But not knowing that same human being, he may die as a Muslim, and the one who did the action may die as a non-Muslim. No one knows their ending. So sometimes when these people sell these drugs, they treat non-Muslims as inferior, thinking that it's permissible for them to sell drugs and alcohol to non-Muslims in order to destroy them. This is impermissible. In one time, during the Crusader period, there was a ship loaded with Christians, and they ran out of drinking water because seawater is not drinkable. So they had no drinking water left. Another ship approached. On that ship were Muslims. The Christians requested some water. The Muslims, out of oppression, did not give them water. A simple right of every human being. When they refused them water, the Christians started to supplicate to their God, meaning their beliefs are false. Trinity is a false belief. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered their prayer because they were madhloom, because oppression was done on them. So rain came down. When the Muslims saw this, they started to open the Quran and they supplicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When they supplicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down a storm which destroyed the ship and the Muslims were drowned. Today, when Muslims complain why we are not victorious, if we stood up for the values of our religion correctly, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer our prayers. But when we move away from the correct teachings of our religion, when we start oppressing humanity and remove the mercy, the hadith states, Ar-Rahimuna yarhamuhumur Rahman. That Ar-Rahimuna, the ones who have mercy, yarhamuhumur Rahman. Allah, meaning Ar-Rahman, has mercy upon them. Irhamu man fil ardi. Have mercy for those on earth. Yarhamkum man fis sama. The one who is lofty, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will have mercy upon you. So the mercy can only come if the person is eating halal. If he's earning halal and he's having a halal income, eating halal, he will show mercy.